Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of This Week, the 31st day of the month of August 2025. We apologize for the late start, ladies and gentlemen. But what is good is that after the lateness, we are back on air to discuss issues that concern us as Cameroonians. That is the essence of our program every Sunday from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. In this edition of the program, we would be talking politics, as has always been the case, and our guests are in the studio. We begin with those who are new, perhaps for the first time that we're having them on set. We begin with Mr. EYOUM PRISO. He is of the PRISO party. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
You're welcome, sir. I'm here to represent my party, but all the same, I think it's a duty for us to always respond to invitations like this.
Exactly.
Because obviously, citizens need to know more about the political parties, what are our proposals, and eventually know those who are vowing to become, leaders for tomorrow.
Exactly.
So I am here today to debate with my co-panelists and discuss the issues or the questions that eventually that will be put on the table, so that we can argue, we can bring all the necessary light about, so that all Cameroonians that are viewing this program will have to grasp something. And I extend therefore my greetings to all of them, the televiewers of DBS,
thank you, sir,
as well as all the fellow members of the Peuple Uni pour la Rénovation Sociale, PURS. And I also want to express my greetings on behalf of our leader to the management of your corporation.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
It is a pleasure, and like you're indicating, it is the concern of every Cameroonian to bring in their own contribution, because if we expect Cameroon to be a better place to live in, it needs your contribution, it needs our contribution, and that is why we are here. Let us take Mr. BERTRAND MANG. He is of the PCRN party. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. IGNATIUS. You will give me the right to explain myself in French.
You are free. You are very free.
I am very happy to be here with you today. Et je profite pour adresser vraiment ma sympathie et mes salutations à toutes les populations de la ville de Kribi qui nous ont accordé hier un accueil particulièrement chaleureux dans le cadre du meeting de pré-campagne que nous avons organisé de ce côté-là,
exactly,
au niveau du stade Fané-Abbé. J'espère que je prononce bien. Donc nous avons vu une population véritablement mobilisée. Nous avons remarqué près de 11 000 personnes sur les lieux. Donc cela montre à suffisance la soif du changement et du meilleur standard, du mieux standard de vie que les populations du Cameroun en général, et ceux de l'océan et précisément de Kribi en particulier peuvent avoir pour ce qui arrive, c'est-à-dire l'échéance électorale du 12 octobre. Je profite également de l'occasion pour adresser mes salutations à l'ensemble des sympathisants et militants du Parti camerounais pour la réconciliation nationale. Je ne vais pas finir sans adresser mes sincères condoléances à un de nos camarades, Monsieur Damien Macon, qui a perdu son fils de 5 ans hier. Wow, nous lui disons beaucoup de courage et merci de m'avoir invité pour que nous puissions édifier mieux les Camerounais sur notre projet de société, c'est-à-dire celui de l'honorable président Cabral Libi, qui portera le bulletin jaune pour le cadre de l'élection, bulletin orange, je veux dire, pour le cadre de l'élection présidentielle du 12 octobre 2025.
Thank you so much, Mr. BERTRAND. Actually, that is our responsibility as well, to let Cameroonians understand the offer that each political party has on the ground. On the studios, we have somebody from the civil society, we have the PCRN party, we have the PUS party. It will be an opportunity for you to tell Cameroonians out there what your respective parties or what the civil society is expecting from the candidates that are going into that election. Let us welcome Mr. FUNDUH Ignatius. He's not a new man on this set. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for being there again this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mange. Good afternoon to the televiewers of GBS. And I would like to continue from where Sir PRISO said from there.
Yes.
It is a civic right and a duty to participate in politics of the country because you are supposed to be well educated in issues that concern your country. You are not supposed to live like a stranger. And
when you use the word well educated, it sounds a bit very high. Maybe be well aware.
I mean, well educated concerning your country politically.
Okay.
Yeah, politically.
Exactly.
I'm trying to make that everybody should know that it is a duty. All of us, all the citizens, are supposed to involve in politics. Yes, not at a certain level. Now, greetings to parents who are preparing to send their children to school. We are just nearer, the reopening day is very near now. And I also, I also greet the patriotic Cameroonians who are politicians and those who are well-wishers, who are sympathizers, who are very active now. So far, election is coming. And particularly my greeting goes to the youths of Cameroon, because I can see youths are now, at least youths are highly involved in politics now. And I want to think that the effort of the youth is not going to be fruitless. This time around, we must have a positive result so far as youths are concerned.
That's the wish of all of us.
Yeah, that's the wish of my wish for now. So thank you. I think we will have a lot to share. I'll end by giving greetings to my co-panelists who just introduced himself before I took the microphone. Once more, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here once more.
Thank you so much, Mr. FUNDUH. And for those of you who are out there, you have the possibility as well to participate live on the program through SMS and WhatsApp messages in the number that will be given to you on your screen. We are at the period in Cameroon, the history of Cameroon, very sensitive and very fragile period as Cameroon is heading for the October 12th polls. This is a period that each Cameroonian wants to know who will lead the destiny of this country in the next 7 years. And during this period, alliances are being made in various parties. One of them is, we begin with the G20 that is already making news this week. We are talking of the G20 that is one of the alliances with the ruling party, the CPDM party. It is unfortunate that we cannot have the candidate of the CPDM party or the communicant of the CPDM party who was to be part of us this afternoon. But then we will keep talking about the G20. And I want to begin from Mr. EYOUM to talk about the G20. When you look at the G20 in Cameroon, do they have a force that they can talk when it comes to politics in this country? What is their force in the political landscape of Cameroon?
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Nange. But excuse
Mr.
me.
Mange.
Mange.
Thank you.
Okay, well, yes. Please begin with PRISO, EYOUM.
Oh, Mr. EYOUM.
Yeah,
PRISO, EYOUM. Thank you. I think
yes.
Yes.
It is true that traditionally I am EYOUM, but legally from my official papers it is PRISO, EYOUM. So if you say I can allow, I'm called like that in my family, EYOUM, but you know, in a setting like this, I think.
Thank you. We need to do what is right.
Yeah, what is right. Okay. Thank you for that question. You know, there is a problem in our political arena in Cameroon, and that problem is related to instability, the instability of actors, of Cameroonians, and so on. And when we look at the behaviors of many Cameroonians today, when we hear what they say, they are only complaining. And obviously, when you hear people complaining, always complaining about everything, I don't want to say that, things are right. But at a moment in time, it will become like an addiction. And when it becomes an addiction, it is an indication that those people are just like hungry people, adventurous. And so that's the reason why when we call or we talk about the G20, first of all, we have to assess their level of presence, of grounding across the national territory.
Yes.
First of all, so if you look at it, I may not have all the information with me here, but you realize that most of them do not have representatives in local institutions, neither in the council nor, the parliament, or the regional council or anyway. And the CPDM in power uses this kind of groups of people, to give the impression that, well, they are the best. They are the best. And by so doing, what happened? What happened is that they throw some kind of confusion within the opposition, because if we look at, or if you go back to what people, talk about today, it's about a single candidate.
Yes.
And then people are mentioning about opposition, but opposition is a view of the spirit. It's not a reality. It is only a reality maybe when you are in a competition, like presently you say there is opposition because some political parties are against the ruling party. Then you say it is an opposition because it's a contest. Yes. But when there is no contest, we have always to remember that every single party was created on its own day with its own leaders. Every single party has its own constitution, its internal rules, ideology, motto. And so eventually we should understand that the mentioning opposition is somehow haphazardous. Yes. So we do not need to insist on that, because every single party that vow to go to the election, must get prepared. And then elections are always a test. So all these guys who are constituting the G20, I don't want to be harsh against them, but I want to tell you, they have no power. They have no electorate. And eventually they have no means to go to the elections. This should be very, very clear to all Cameroonians, because you cannot vow to go to the elections when you do not have. It's not only the financial means, but you need to be grounded. You need to have people around you. You need to have a clear-cut policy which you want to apply. So if you don't have a number of these instruments, you can't go there. So I just believe that some of them are just there because they want to fill their pockets. Yes.
All right.
That's
so
all.
much, Mr. Priso.
Yeah,
we're coming back to you. Let us take Mr. Mang. We are talking about the G20, and if you listen to what Mr. Priso indicated here, they don't have the electorate. They don't have the necessary, elements that can make them stand as the opposition. But then they are there. They are there in the political scene. When we started hearing about the G20 was from after the within the period of the 2018 elections, they come. Now I wanted to take from Sir Jacques Bertrand. Is the PCRN afraid? Are they being threatened by this G20 clang that is hovering around?
Mr. Venasius, I mean, you are joking.
No, not joking. Not joking. We are in the political landscape, and every day, like they say, every step can bring a change.
Pour répondre plus sérieusement à votre question, comme vous m'avez dit que vous n'êtes pas en train de blaguer,
yes,
je vais vous répondre donc maintenant de manière sérieuse, monsieur Venasius. Je vais vous dire que monsieur Priso a dit quelque chose de très intéressant tout à l'heure. C'est que les personnes qui constituent le G11, le G20,
yes.
Le G20, j'insiste sur les personnes, parce que dire même que ce sont des partis politiques, ce serait trop dire.
Exactly.
Parce que la plupart de ces formations, entre guillemets, politiques, n'ont même pas un siège. Non, c'est-à-dire, si on dit, essayer de répertorier ces partis politiques dans un siège, la plupart n'ont même pas un siège. Ça veut dire que ce sont des individualités, ce sont des initiatives personnelles. Ce ne sont donc pas des personnes qui ont la légitimité nécessaire pour pouvoir dire qu'ils parlent au nom d'un certain nombre de militants, au nom d'une certaine opinion, pour dire que cette opinion-là a voulu se joindre à la candidature de M. Biya. Donc il s'agit là des individus qui ont leur boutique politique, parce que c'est de cela qu'il s'agit, qui ont l'intention de se mettre plein la bouche, de se mettre plein les poches, et ce qui est encore plus grave, c'est qu'ils veulent le faire sous le couvert des simples Camerounais, des simples citoyens, des citoyens camerounais qui n'attendent qu'avoir un meilleur standard de vie, des citoyens camerounais qui n'attendent qu'avoir une meilleure gouvernance, qui n'attendent qu'avoir un Cameroun meilleur, nouveau. Nous, au Parti camerounais pour la réconciliation nationale, nous avons l'humain au centre de nos préoccupations. Cet humain-là pour lequel nous nous battons. Ce citoyen camerounais lambda, du nord au sud, de l'est à l'ouest, de Belabo, de Manfé, de Yokadouma, de Figil, c'est pour ce Camerounais que nous nous battons. Et ces Camerounais-là se reconnaissent à ce que nous faisons. Avez-vous déjà rencontré, parce que je pourrais étendre mon argumentaire en citant un ou deux partis politiques qui font des grimaces à Yaoundé en disant qu'ils sont en train de se joindre au président Paul Biya dans le cadre de ce que vous avez appelé...
Padek is part of it. Celestine N'Djamene is part of it. Bandakane was part of it.
Nous sommes, soyons un peu sérieux, nous sommes ici à Douala, nous sommes au niveau de Saint-Michel et tout.
Exactly.
Depuis que vous travaillez ici, vous avez déjà vu quelqu'un à côté là dire qu'il est militant, de l'un de ces partis dont vous avez cité là. Donc c'est pour dire que, et vous m'avez poussé à arriver jusque là, c'est pour dire qu'il s'agit des individus qui travaillent pour leurs ambitions personnelles, qui travaillent pour leur intérêt personnel et malheureusement qui veulent utiliser une fois de plus le peuple camerounais, les citoyens camerounais qui sont déjà fatigués du régime qui nous gouverne, qui sont fatigués de la malgouvernance que nous vivons, et ils essayent de les utiliser comme étant des personnes qui les mandatent pour pouvoir parler, pour pouvoir dire qu'ils soutiennent le M. Biya dans son inertie généralisée qu'il entretient depuis pratiquement 43 ans, et que certains de ses amis militants de son parti politique et certains de ses ex-ministres veulent nous faire croire qu'il faut encore continuer à suivre aujourd'hui. Donc, nous disons avec la plus grande et la plus ferme énergie que ces messieurs et dames qui appartiennent à ce mouvement centré sur l'estomac ne sont en rien légitimes pour parler au nom du peuple camerounais.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Mr. Mbang. Mr. Funduh, you are of the civil society, and when you look at this G20, this individual, can you actually say that they have a genuine political ideology? If you listen to Mr. Priso, if you listen to Mr. Mang, they seem to be adventurous, he used the word, in the political landscape.
Yes, all has been said in my co-panelists. You see, I want to describe it this way. You see, in a football match, you have spectators, and who are surely in two camps, spectators of the supporting each of the teams. But you have these groups that are core-pressure groups. It means that a pressure group is sponsored by one of the management of the team, it means that even that team is being defeated by 20 goals to 0. You, the pressure group, you have the duty to continue pressing the team. That G20 is the pressure group to the ruling party. They don't own themselves. They are owned by the ruling party. The ruling party give them food. So they have to play anything and dance to the tune of the ruling party. And to find yourself there, those who find themselves there, I can call it frustrated political parties. And I want to say this.
Frustrated.
I want to say this clear. It is even
who has frustrated them?
Because if it's people who cannot
stand on their own,
they feel themselves frustrated, and then they seek for refuge.
Okay.
Yes. So I want to say that it is even the President of the Republic should be too generous to nominate members of that group as a minister. It's too much, because there's nothing that they deliver. They don't have people behind them, just like Mr. Jean was saying here.
BERTRAND.
Okay, let me just begin to look at the character of some of them. In 2018, 2 political parties here in Douala declared their membership into the G20. And now I follow them up. One of them said that when you are in a ship where the ship captain was your enemy, and then it happens that the ship is facing some maybe some technical problem, or the ship captain is having a problem, you don't have a choice than to support him to rescue the team. Which means that even the ship captain is sick, you should not struggle to take the ship and save the rest of the people. Even he's taking the ship to go and hit it against the rock. You should support him. Because he is the ship captain. He was awarded the post of a minister. And now the other person, he said, this is what he said. He said that you are with the people in the day, but in the night they are somewhere eating. That's what the other person said. In the night they are somewhere eating. Which means that I'm going to join the G20 to eat my own. It was very clear. Now, at the end, when the other person, he was not nominated. Sometimes, some months, not even up to a year, I heard him decline again from G20. Now, you begin to see the kind of mentality they have. It's individual interest. Now, we are in 2025. Look at the person who just recently joined the G20. From SDF to CRM, from CRM to...
He formed his own party.
From his own party, he could not succeed from his own party and ended up in G20. What really do it? Is that a patriotic Cameroon? Is he really... what? Because I believe that in politics is to contribute to the ideas that will build the country, that will construct the country, so that even the ruling party can learn from your education, from your advice, and then through your political action, through your political education, the population now can judge. One day, they can choose you as the leader. You be at the helm of the party. But now, if you begin to go from party to party, it means that there is something you are searching for, and you are not seeing that thing. At the end, I can say that they have seen what personally they have achieved what they want when already in the G20. Some of them achieve it, because I cannot say that they are all satisfied, because I don't know why one candidate in 2018 had to withdraw, not even up to 1 year joining the G20, not up to 1 year. He came out to the public to declare that he's not more a member. It means that he did not see what he was looking for. So this thing we are trying to tell Cameroonians, that you are taking your eyes, you are seeing what is happening. You know the kind of people you are supposed to select. That is why I was even proposing that this action, it tells what can happen to a coalition in Cameroon. These are the things that make some political leaders in Cameroon are scared of the coalition, because we don't know who is who. Just imagine a coalition was earlier formed with them, with these people, and then one of them is selected the leader of the coalition with the hidden agenda he's having. We don't know where the coalition craft ended today. So because I'm trying to call Cameroonians, those who are throwing stones are some political leaders. Because when you go to social media, if you see the kind of insult that you see there, some people will call, they will send insult to some certain political party. That will see them, they are greedy. These are the people who are instead support the ruling party. Their refusal to join coalition or to go up shows that they don't like Cameroonians. Let us take our eyes and begin to see the kind of people who are existing in the coalition, because many of them are still found in the opposition camp. It is not only these people who have gone to G20. Okay. Many, it is just a signal. It may be it's God that is trying to open our eyes to know that the environment, the atmosphere is smoky. We should be very careful. Okay. So if we cannot have a concrete coalition, maybe that's not our topic today, but the duty is in the hand of Cameroonians. Okay. These hands of Cameroonians, at this level, remember I've been saying, I've ever said it, I say it repeatedly, that presidential election does not matter the population that is behind it. This time we are talking, the party discipline does not matter in presidential election. Yes. Because presidential election is an individual. Yes. Which means that there are militants from the ruling party who are going to vote a candidate who is not of the ruling party. Exactly. So that it is because they see in him. Yes, what is he can deliver. So we are calling that Cameroonians, without a political party, reason very well and choose a Cameroonian who will take our country in a way that you will be satisfied where you are. Even you are a truck pusher, you are satisfied as a truck pusher. Yes. If you are a minister, the truck pusher is happy to see you as a minister because what he deserves at his level, he is having it. Yes. You are, as a minister, you are doing your duty. Because normally, what are we saying here? Cameroonians who are not satisfied, it is because there are situation is going negatively to the level that it is said in English that odd jobs are highly paid. Normally, it is clear. Yes. But in Cameroon, the reverse is true. You instead see those people who are doing very risky jobs. Their situation is deplorable because somebody who was supposed to carry that duty and protect their interests is not doing it. That's why there is this division between authority and the poor citizen. So this is time for us to take a good decision.
All right. Yes. So that we will take the second, before we take the second topic, I want to come back to Mr. Priso. If you listen to the way the other panelists are explaining, should we consider this members of this G20, should we consider them as political parties? Because when you look at it, their contribution, they tend to confuse what is politics in Cameroon. Do you think that we should consider them as political parties?
Okay, first of all, I want to say from what all of us said from the beginning, it is clearly established that these political parties do not have any weight. To me, I can say it in a very simple way. There are 20 people and 20 votes. That may not at all, so that will not count.
That cannot impact anything. Yes.
But where lies the danger is that they give them room to speak correctly. And permits me to say that this is an aspect of the game for which I blame most of the media. Because I think that in a country where people are conscious of what they want, at a point in time, even the media should proceed through, a selection. That is casting, knowing that this person, we cannot talk about this person again because he's disqualified. But what is happening today? There are a number of media that are still giving room to them when they are debating. We are in a presidential elections. So if you are not a candidate, you are not representing a candidate, except you are someone who is like, you have your consultant or somebody to an extent who belongs to the civil society. All the other people do not have any room again for a debate, because now it is a matter of making things clearer to the population. That is to give them an opportunity to choose the right thing. But you see, if you continue, you know, inviting people who just talk about useless things, what is not necessary,
confusing Cameroonians the more,
the population. And let me say something here, which is very, very subtle. Today, there are a number of Cameroonians, number of political parties, obviously, that are still expecting that the former candidate of Manidem should say something, you know, to give them, you know, an idea,
A way forward.
a way forward.
But he's no longer in this race.
Yeah, concerning, you know, an electorate that will be directed to them.
Okay, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
and they are counting on that. And you see, all these guys, that's why I said it is not only the G20, but there are still some other candidates that are playing that bad game. Yes. So in our political party in PRISO or UPSR,
exactly.
yes,
Yes,
People for Social Renovation, we are not afraid of them because we have already read, you know, the game, and we have understood that within these political leaders, some of them are not worthy to be trusted. And again, the G20 itself is not worthy of any trust. Because as we said...
Is that the reason why perhaps the UPSR is reluctant getting into a coalition?
No, well, we are working with a group of political parties. I think you heard about the meeting in Fumban.
Yes.
And
another one in Yaoundé.
Yaoundé.
Yes.
Okay, for the moment, there are a number of things, at least 2 things on which we are trying to agree. But we are still working, expecting that between now and maybe, I can't tell you, maybe the end of the month, of the new month, something will come out.
Because by the end of the new month, we would have been in the campaign.
Yes, yes, we would have been in the campaign. Anyway, before we get to the campaign, we will know what to do, because you remember that during the last elections in 2018, you know, some candidate that gave up
on the eve.
Yes. You know, their ballot paper were still found in, and then the message did not pass across because of the weakness of communication in our country. Yes. So we are trying to work both with the group of people who came together with us under the, you know, the plea or the calling of Mrs. Ndamjoya. But we are still also working as a political party that has all the necessary means that will permit us to go to these elections. And that's why we go on the field trying to see that we have, you know, local organs that will be able, you know, to represent the party. And also another thing we are trying to do, and I see that today many political parties that are on the race are also using it. But that's something which we mentioned to people earlier, long ago, that one of the reasons why the CPDM always have a very large margin of win is because political parties are not represented in the polling stations. And I do believe that, well, we are going to recruit about 90.
Are you recruiting now, or you are still going to? Because there's no time.
No. Anyway, we are on the move, and we have already, you know, registered the number of them, a good number of them, almost about 80 or 90%. But one thing I want to tell you, one thing I want to say, to add, not to tell you alone, but to tell Cameroonians, is that these elections are so challenging. People are talking about change, and we must know what we mean by change. Because the change here is not like an individual concern. It's a national concern. And because it's a national concern, Cameroonians should know that they have their own role to play. And you see, the fact that at a time you belong to a political party doesn't mean that you can change your stand, you can change your point of view. Because if you look, for example, in other countries where there is always change after maybe every mandate or 2 mandates and so on.
When mandates are limited,
there is a
limit in the term of office.
Yes, then you see that there is a swap of electorates. Sometimes they vote, like in America,
yes.
they vote for the Republican. Another time they
vote the Democrats.
Yes, and that is normal because this is a proof that the population are really concerned with the election. They know what is good and what is bad. And so we want to call on the Cameroonians today to be able to assess the situation and to decide whether what has been done since 43 years today is the best, or they want to opt for something new, that they want to see something new. That's why I said we are calling them. And then in this call, what we want to tell the people is that that day, the 12th, is a day where we have to perform a sacrifice. A sacrifice. Yes, it's a sacrifice. It's just 24 hours. 24 hours to change things. It doesn't take you a month or whatever. It's just a day. That will effect a change that will live for 7 years. Yes, a rupture. So we want to call on all Cameroonians to be ready, not only to scrutinize the votes for us, but for also the other parties, the other candidates that will be there. Because that will help us to control our votes. Exactly. And we are still calling Cameroonians equally to bring their support, their material and financial support to this extent, because the matter is a national matter. It concerns all of us. It concerns everybody. It is, like you say, to do or to die.
Thank you.
Whether the Cameroonians want it or they don't want it, all is left in their hands. And I want to assure you also, I want to assure Cameroonians, there are even a good number of people within the CPDM who are going to vote against the CPDM. The only thing is, what are the other political parties doing? And so we want to assure all those who are in that position to know that we have a better option than the CPDM or than any other political party. So we expect them to join us.
That is politics. Eh? Now let us come back to this issue. I want to come back with Mr. Jacques Bertrand. When you were speaking, you made mention of a meeting that took place yesterday in Edea, Kribi. Thank you. And you used the word pre-campaign. Thank you. The meeting had more than how many thousand people?
13,000 personnes.
13,000 people who were there. Yes. Now, if you look at the electoral code, which I have with me here, on Article 87, it says, election campaign shall open on the 15th day preceding the election and close at midnight on the eve of the election day. That is what the electoral code indicates. Now, I want to find out from you, when you look at what is happening, it's not only the PCRN that is into it. We had the UNDP, was in Gaoundere, in Megangang, has been going all around. We have the FSNC, we have the CPDM, we have the PAL. PAL has been in Bamenda and has been moving along. Now, a number of candidates have been out. I wanted to find out from you, I begin with you, how does this impact electoral fairness in this upcoming election, especially with parties having more resources that can organize such kind of what you call pre-campaign meetings? Is it not going against the electoral code, Article 87, like I've just read?
The answer that I will give you is no. Et puis, cela n'a aucune entrave au code électoral. l'organisation des meetings à travers le Cameroun, actuellement, n'a aucune entrave au code électoral. Le code électoral est clair. Il dit que dans le cadre de l'élection présidentielle, la campagne de l'élection présidentielle est organisée à partir de 15 jours avant la date des élections.
Which is the 27th.
Ça n'enlève en rien la possibilité à certains partis politiques, à certains candidats de vaquer normalement, d'exercer normalement leurs activités. Parce que, en fait, le professeur Monondiana disait qu'au Cameroun, on a normalisé les cas pour écarter
les normes.
la norme. Ça veut dire que le meeting, les rencontres politiques, ce sont des événements qui sont naturels et normaux pour tous les partis politiques à tous les moments de l'année. Un parti politique dans un pays sérieux se meut, s'organise, se mobilise.
Throughout.
Comme cela le savent, avec les moyens logistiques qui sont les siens. Ça veut dire que ce n'est pas quelque chose d'anormal. Mais vous regardez, on a réussi à rendre cette histoire anormale. Qu'un parti politique au Cameroun organise un meeting. C'est la preuve que nous sommes dans un système qui n'est pas démocratique. Nous sommes dans un système qui embrigade toute aspiration légitime. Nous sommes dans un système qui embrigade toute activité d'un autre parti politique qui ne serait pas le RDPC. Puisque pendant les 7 ans, les partis politiques qui ont continué à exister, il faut leur tirer un coup de chapeau. Parce qu'il y a un monsieur à Yaoundé qui se fait appeler Moulinex, qui broie systématiquement toutes les ambitions des partis politiques de l'opposition.
When you go against the law?
Non, faux.
Okay. Because go on, please, go on.
Lorsqu'un parti politique fait une demande de manifestation, et on l'a vu avec le PCRN, qui a systématiquement essuyé des interdictions de manifestation pendant les 7 ans dans lesquels nous sommes dans le mandat présidentiel actuel. Et ce n'est pas que le cas du PCRN, c'est le cas de plusieurs partis politiques. Le MRC en a payé les frais. Même le PUS en a payé les frais. Plusieurs autres partis politiques, même le SDF en a payé les frais, n'ont pas pu se mouvoir pendant ces 7 ans.
Now, what can be the reason?
Il vous est souvenance. Ah non, je vais vous donner la raison. Il vous est bien souvenance que le Parti camerounais pour la réconciliation nationale, qui voulait tenir son congrès à Kribi, ce congrès a été annulé. Nous avons même eu l'intention d'en tenir un autre à Fumban. On nous a déjà fait comprendre que cela n'était pas possible. Pour que nous puissions aller tenir le congrès à Kola Famba, ça a été de la mer à boire. Et c'est quoi la raison? La raison, c'est que les institutions camerounaises, le gouvernement actuel, le ministre de l'administration territoriale et ses démembrements, c'est-à-dire les préfets, gouverneurs et sous-préfets, ne veulent pas que les autres partis politiques puissent se mouvoir, ne veulent pas que nous puissions apporter aux Camerounais une autre offre politique que celle du RDPC. Alors que les souffrances que vivent les Camerounais chaque jour, du nord au sud, de l'est à l'ouest, dans les villes, les villages, les campagnes, sont suffisamment nécessaires pour que nous puissions leur proposer quelque chose d'autre. Et nous proposons le fédéralisme communautaire. Nous proposons, par exemple, mettre un thème définitif avec la corruption au Cameroun. Nous proposons de doter aux collectivités territoriales de 5 engins dans le cadre de la viabilisation des routes. 5 engins. Une belle chargeuse.
In every council.
Mais je dis dans les 360 communes du Cameroun, notre projet de société vise à doter à chacune de ces communes 5 engins, une pelle chargeuse, une niveleuse, un camion. Donc, nous voulons que chaque commune puisse être autonome en ce qui concerne la viabilisation, en ce qui concerne les voies de communication routière. Et c'est quelque chose qui fera en sorte que toutes nos mamans, nos oncles et tout, qui ont des productions dans les champs et les villages et tout, pourront les porter vers les grandes métropoles. Nous allons mettre fin à la famine, parce que c'est c'est le premier axe.
Basic necessity of man.
La première nécessité que nous avons à faire. C'est-à-dire mettre un terme à la famine ambiante. Parce que si, et le président Cabral lui le disait souvent, lorsque vous voyez un sorcier au village qui passe son temps à mener des activités dans le cadre de la sorcellerie, dans la nuit, Si vous lui donnez à manger à 22 h, à minuit, il sera tellement rassasié et plein, il n'aura pas l'ambition d'aller se déployer dans la nuit pour pouvoir sucer le sang des gens.
Exactly.
Donc ça veut dire qu'il faut déjà d'abord combattre la famine. Il faut changer le standard de vie des Camerounais. Il faut donner la possibilité aux Camerounais de continuer à croire qu'il y a un rêve camerounais. Regardez les jeunes qui, chaque semaine, vont dans le désert parce qu'ils ne croient plus au Cameroun.
Going and dying there.
Bien sûr. Ce qui nous empêche donc de dire aux Camerounais qu'il est possible de vivre mieux au Cameroun, c'est cela. Je vous ai parlé de l'homme qui a l'homme Moulinex, qui avec ses démembrements, les sous-préfets, les gouverneurs et consorts, certains, parce que certains continuent à travailler dans le sens républicain, mais d'autres sont inféodés par cette activité qui vise à interdire systématiquement toute activité d'un parti politique. Un parti politique, c'est quoi? C'est une organisation qui, dans leurs activités, vise à la conquête du pouvoir, avec toutes les voies qui sont les voies républicaines. Et organiser un meeting dans le cadre des lois de la République n'a rien d'anti-républicain. Ça veut donc dire que les partis politiques et leurs leaders qui se déploient sur le terrain depuis quelques jours doivent le faire et doivent même intensifier. Et je vous dis même que nous sommes dans la léquier. Le PCRN, à l'heure où je vous parle, est dans la léquier pour continuer à mobiliser les Camerounais. Et il ne sera plus question de dire que telle région est un bastion infaillible du parti du RDPC. Là, nous sommes passés à autre chose. Les Camerounais ont compris que ces gens qui nous gouvernent depuis plus de 43 ans n'arrivent pas à leur donner un meilleur standard de vie. Il est question de passer à autre chose. Et je vais chuter en allant dans le même sens que M. Priso, qui disait tout à l'heure que ce n'est que 24 heures, le 12 octobre. Prenez simplement cette journée-là, chers Camerounais, pour dire non et pour dire qu'il est question de passer à une nouvelle dynamique. Le 12 octobre, mobilisez-vous massivement, allez voter, parce que l'un des versants de la fraude électorale, donc une chose qui nous permettra de lutter contre la fraude électorale sera la participation massive au vote le 12 octobre. Si nous sortons tous le 12 octobre pour voter, ensuite surveiller nos votes, nous aurons renversé ce régime par la voie des urnes. Parce que si nous ne le faisons pas, nous serons encore en train de passer 7 ans dans la disette, 7 ans dans la malgouvernance, 7 ans dans l'inertie, 7 ans dans le manque d'emploi, 7 ans dans le manque de logements sociaux, 7 ans dans l'obscurantisme total. Il est donc temps, chers Camerounais, de se lever et de dire non à l'imposture.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mang. I want to come back to Mr. FUNDUH. If you listen to what Mr. Jacques was indicating, parties have the right to organize their meetings throughout the year. If I got him right. Now, where is the place of the law? What is the role of law in every country? Because each country puts, the law says there is a period for campaign, there is a period for meetings. How do you make a difference? I think our producers should even have some of the images of what happened in I think it was Kribi. Is it Kribi, Mr. Mang? Yesterday? Yes, it was in Kribi. I think our producers should be having some of the images, the video that has what happened yesterday. They should be bringing it up. What is the difference between campaign that the Electoral Code stipulates in its Article 87, Paragraph 1, and those normal meetings that should be organized throughout the year, like Mr. Mang was indicating?
Okay, before I come to your question, I want to comment on what Priso ended by saying.
Yes.
There is this mentality that Cameroonians always say that the opposition parties are not present in all the polling stations all over the country during election. Yes. Which that statement has become a campaign strategy speech for the ruling party. They welcome that statement. Now I begin to question myself that, does it mean that if I'm coming in here on the election day, I'm coming in here, 5 parties are represented here. Okay, now I have a party that I was coming in to vote for. By the time I get in here, I don't see the representative of that party. Does it mean that I will go into that box and change Am I going to change the card that I'm supposed to vote?
No way.
Because I did not see the representative of my party.
No, the question of representation is when it comes to be sure that there is fairness, transparency in the elections.
It is telling us that the absence of the other political party in the polling station means that if and one party ended up winning there because the other parties were absent, it means that there was fraud. It means that because the others were not there to defend their vote, it means that you have turned everything and because to give the reason that they were not present is something which I don't understand. Because this thing is becoming the campaign speech of the ruling party. It is wrong. I don't believe that a party should win against others because the others were not represented. When people, those sitting there are not the one who vote. People are coming on the line, they vote. Somebody before coming in, he knows a party in mind that is going to vote. Even that party is represented or not, he has a card that is going to. He will go there and vote. It will not mean that because the ruling party seem to be making Cameroonians believe that it is because they are present all over the country. That's why they win an election. No, that one is telling us that something is taking place. Corruption, there's fraud. So that's what I wanted to. Then to add again to what PRISO said again. He said something that attracted my attention. If there was a way to form a coalition in a secret way, it could have been possible. But the problem is we cannot form a coalition. That's why he said, our interesting when he said that they still have some time thinking about coalition. Because we know the political atmosphere in Cameroon is very rough. It is very, very rough. There are certain things that when you declare early, before the election day, you know, the vultures will know. They will enter into it.
They will counteract it.
They will counteract it. You don't know what. So it would even be better to make certain declarations like parties coming together just nearer to it. So that at that time, the time will be shorter for something to disturb it. That's why I'm saying that if there was a way to form a coalition behind secretly, so that it is only the voters who go in mind, with their mind that I'm from the PCRN, but
this is the candidate that we are having.
That we are voting for the leader of maybe Pius. It should, but this one is not possible because the leaders have to communicate over the media for their militants
to understand.
That is where that one is not possible. That's what I'm saying. I'm always saying that if it was possible, that one could happen. Because the kind of political atmosphere we have in Cameroon. Now let me come to your question. The question was talking about I think there is a difference between meeting
and campaign.
And now meeting, to my understanding, I know that meetings, it is a right for political parties to hold meetings throughout the country. That is why you even
throughout the year.
I mean, yes. That is why you even see some politicians mock at certain political parties that they always see them
during election period. Yes.
After the election period, they disappear. It is because a political party is supposed to be current. It is supposed to be present throughout the year.
Yes.
With meetings. I believe that meetings should be indoor. Now, meetings are organized, I think, to bring strategy. And maybe the modality according to the party, how election is going to take place. But now I believe that, according to me, I believe that the meetings also it should have a limit. The meeting should have a limit in the number of participants. Because normally, when the situation in Cameroon has changed, it is taking another dimension. And that dimension, what is the cause of that dimension? It is because when you are, let us consider it like a classroom. Inside a classroom, the pupils in the classroom are having a leader. We call it the prefect or the head boy.
Yes.
And now the teacher goes out. By the time you are coming in, there is noise. And then you come and realize that the head boy himself is in front dancing. Do you know that when the head boy is dancing, it means that the class is supposed to be in total chaos because the head boy is even the person dancing in front. What am I saying? In each group there must be a leader. In politics, Cameroon political party, we can consider that the ruling party is the leader just from because they are the one ruling the country. Yes. There are certain mistakes that when they start coming from the ruling party, remember, I want to use this statement. There are certain mistakes that when it continues, it becomes a normal thing. If it comes from the leader, now the others feel free to do the same thing. You know, when we are talking about this meeting becoming campaign, the thing has started from the ruling party.
Yes.
When I hear Mr. Aman here, he talk of 13,000 people.
Exactly. Who were yesterday.
That's
why I want to give you a difference between a meeting and a campaign.
Yeah, it's not more a meeting, but you cannot blame them because it is instead this year. I don't see it as a problem. It is this year that I see political parties taking the courage to organize this kind of meeting. Because in the past, first of all, this act was only carried out by the ruling party. And how does it come? We know that for a meeting, for a political party to have a meeting, the civil administrator it gives them authorization.
Yes.
But now in the ruling party, you see, sometimes the elite who come from Yaoundé, they overpower, when they go back to their villages, they overpower the civil administrator. Sometimes they even intimidated to the level that the civil administrator fear them to apply the law.
Yes, because he's afraid that they will go to Yaoundé and change everything.
That coordinate the election. Now that is what you see, that law was not more existing. You see, you see, and then elites from the ruling party, they have this kind of mentality. Some of them go back to their villages to organize meetings that will pass in the media so that the president of the republic should see me, that I'm working in his interest. Those are some of the reasons why they go to organize meeting like that. Now, a meeting become campaign. Since the thing has started from the ruling party, it is becoming a normal thing. So it's either it's a mistake or not. I don't blame the parties that I give courage to the parties that who are organizing to join the ruling party, because the thing was becoming one-man show until when the authorities begin to know that this thing was a mistake and they start correcting it themselves from the ruling party. Okay. Then we are going to let's
take Mr. Priso. Mr. Priso, how do we make a distinction between political meetings and campaign that the court is talking about, that is supposed to be organized 15 days to the elections? How different should that be?
Okay, thank you. Before anything, I will first of all say that my two co-panelists laid the ground for the issue. But now I just want to bring more light on it, because you are talking about the electoral code.
Electoral code, yes.
Okay, which is a particular law of its own.
Yes.
Now you have the law of the 90.
Liberté, la loi sur les libertés.
Yes.
Based on freedom
of
association and so on.
Yes.
And if you read very well, there is a provision there. And that provision doesn't talk about
15 days.
Campaign.
Yes.
About the campaign.
Okay.
But talk about meeting. And now, what my two fellow panelists talk about is about a meeting and campaign. But when you talk about meetings, you have two kinds of meetings: an internal meeting and a public meeting.
Yes.
And I think we have to distinguish these two aspects. An internal meeting within the political party, actually, you don't need to declare it. You don't need to declare it, because you are organizing it maybe in your headquarters, or in a private
residence.
Yes. Now, when it comes to organizing a public meeting, that's when you have to submit the organization of it by a declaration.
Yes.
You declare it. But now the problem is there is some other sets of law, like for example, there is this the law concerning terrorism and issues of security. So what is happening here is that the territorial administration is trying to stand on this issue of security, to refuse the authorization. Actually, it's not an authorization. You declare.
Yes, it's a declaration. You declare that we are going to meet here for this.
The DO has only to acknowledge receipt of it. That's all. But
that's what the law says.
Yes, but now the problem is, you see, the CPDM or the government doesn't want the other political party to communicate, because having a public meeting is a communication strategy. And I want you to take note of the fact that whenever CPDM organizes its meetings, public meetings, you know, they will go and rent canopies and seats.
Can even close the road.
Yes, everything.
Block the
but
road.
But now the other political parties will not have the ability maybe to rent as much as
you know, is that
no, let me
they don't have the money or
no, but to the difference, what will happen is that the people who come to the meeting, you understand? Conversely to what happened with the CPDM, because during the CPDM meeting, you see people with what?
With their T-shirts, with their party fabrics.
Yes. But when another party, like PRISO, organizes a public meeting, what happened? It is the population. So what are they trying to do? Is to cut off communication between the political parties and
the population.
Because it is during these public meetings that political leaders can communicate to the population what are their programs, what their projects, and so on. And what is boring here is that the DOs and so on are considered as the only people who can determine by their own will, by their own knowledge, whether the meeting you want to organize is going to cause public disorder or not. So eventually...
And that's why this law says that the administrator can authorize or he can acknowledge your declaration or he can refuse if public order is threatened.
Yes, but how do they evaluate the situation before they will say that?
The elements that they have within their area of jurisdiction, maybe you and I may not have.
No, they have no elements.
They are more informed about their area of jurisdiction more than you and I.
It is not true.
Okay.
It is not true. They are not, more informed about what is happening around. You see, this way of thinking is just directed towards demeaning Cameroonians, bringing them low. Security begins by myself, by yourself. That's how security is not about police, gendarmes, and so on. No, security is first of all myself. When I'm in relationship with my neighbor, is my neighbor, am I threatening to my neighbor or not?
Yes.
So how do you think the DO will declare that there might be some act of insecurity or whatever?
Or disorder?
No. Okay. The reason is there. They don't want political parties to communicate with the population.
All right.
So by then, your popularity is, is controlled. It's controlled by them.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, Mr. Priso, yes.
So that's why I want to say that if you look at what happened, it has happened also when my leader often go out. Public will come and so on. What is happening is that now, the government, the territorial administration, has its back on the wall. They cannot do anything because these elections today, to which we are heading to
on the 12th.
On the 12th, it's a very sensitive moment. It's a very sensitive moment. So it is very, very difficult for the minister now or to for the DO or whoever to stop. I don't know whether you heard what happened in, I think, Banyo or something like that.
With UNDP.
With UNDP. And remember that Bello Buba, I think, is still in the government.
He resigned already.
Oh, okay, he has already resigned.
He resigned.
Minganga, précisément Minganga.
Correct.
So, you see, what happened there, first of all, you should know that it is not because, or cannot be extended to all over the country. happened to work in Adamawa. And Bello Buba is very popular there. You know that is the UNDP that controls.
Of course, it's implanted, in Adamawa.
Yes, you understand. So because of that popularity, the DO could not do anything.
Exactly. All right.
You understand? Yeah. So the government now is under pressure. Okay. It's under pressure, and the fear is that by trying to stop political parties to organize their public meetings now can bring an upheaval, and that upheaval can end up
jeopardizing
the elections because it might become a national, you know, and people will take advantage of that, and you don't know what will happen. All
right, Mr. Priso, I think because our intention in this program now is we are getting towards the elections. We want to give the parties that they are beginning with Mr. Jacques Bertrand, the PCRN party. What is the PCRN party? In less than 1 minute, what is the PCRN party has as their message for Cameroonians to be in view of these upcoming elections? Because we are almost rounding up. Our time is almost out.
Ok. Monsieur Ignatius et chers Camerounais, chers citoyens camerounais épris de justice, épris d'un meilleur standard de vie, chers Camerounais, le Parti camerounais pour la réconciliation nationale a l'humain au centre de ses préoccupations. Le constat est clair. Depuis 43 ans, nous nageons dans l'inertie, nous nageons dans la malgouvernance, nous manquons de tout. Nous manquons d'eau, d'électricité, d'institutions médicales dans lesquelles on peut se soigner à volonté. Nous manquons de logements sociaux pour les couches défavorisées. Nous avons un pays qui est en lambeaux en ce qui concerne son unité. Nous, au Parti camerounais pour la réconciliation nationale, nous vous proposons un Cameroun qui protège et qui libère des énergies à travers le fédéralisme communautaire qui n'a pas pour ambition de diviser les communautés, mais au contraire de les fédérer pour que chacune d'elles puisse donner le meilleur d'elles pour une éclosion de ce qu'on appelle la nation, pour une mise en scène de l'intégrité nationale. Cette intégrité nationale, ce standard de vie meilleur passe par votre vote, passe par l'initiation ou alors l'initiative que vous devez prendre le 12 octobre prochain de mettre le bulletin orange dans l'une pour changer radicalement le paradigme qui est camerounais, pour changer radicalement les méthodes qui sont utilisées actuellement, pour vous donner un meilleur espoir, une possibilité de vivre mieux. Et nous l'avons dit, nous avons les axes de notre programme politique. Premièrement, nous lutterons contre la corruption, parce que la corruption ambiante qui se vit au Cameroun nous empêche à nous tous de pouvoir vivre quelque chose de meilleur. Okay. Nous allons mettre en place un système éducatif qui est meilleur que celui que nous avons aujourd'hui, avec une professionnalisation qui permettra à nos enfants de trouver et de s'insérer dans le marché de l'emploi. Nous avons parlé des routes. Nous mettrons à la disposition de toutes les communes du Cameroun des engins qui permettront de sortir de l'enclavement généralisé qui est le nôtre. Et je vais chuter par là.
Yes, please.
Parmi toutes ces mesures, celles que nous mettrons en exergue au soir de notre victoire, ce sera de permettre à chaque Camerounais de manger à sa faim. Parce que si nous mangeons à notre faim, nous avons de quoi réfléchir pour pouvoir construire une nation meilleure que celle que nous avons aujourd'hui.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mang. Mr. Funduh, you are of the civil society, because we will give I hope our producer would accord us just the 2-3 minutes that are left. We will still give a word to Mr. Priso. But Mr. Funduh, you are of the civil society. What would you tell Cameroonians? What do Cameroonians expect from our politicians or from those who are going to decide who will be our leader tomorrow as a civil society?
You know, the Cameroonians have no. They have just one duty to do, to vote, select the leader that you think that can take us to where we are. And my message to the authorities who manage the country, that we should not take our mistakes and then we ignore the law. Let the laws that guide election be respected.
Yes.
We know that when political parties are organizing their meetings, the civil society is supposed to send police to go and guide them. And then during election, the program is given so that to avoid clashes.
Okay.
But now they are put into the minds of opposition party that sometimes when they organize their meeting, when they see police are coming there as enemies, yes, are not as friends.
Okay.
Just look at what happened with police come to there. He landed in Douala and was about to go to. There was a heavy number of police. They were there as enemies and no more friends. So we should not take our mistakes and neglect the law.
All right.
We are in the election law election period. Greetings to Madam Tifu Lovini in Kuwait Quarter.
Thank you so much. Mr. Priso, before we go, you are of the Pews party. Just in less than 1 minute, our producer just gave us just 1 minute. What would you tell Cameroonians concerning the Pews party before we go? Okay, first of all, I want to invite all Cameroonians to stand as one person to go to these elections because they are very, very crucial. And crucial because we are in a period where we have to decide for a new Cameroon. And that new Cameroon passes through a rupture. And this rupture for us will be operated immediately after, you know, our leader is elected. First of all, we are going to reshuffle the constitution because it's the ground. And then after dealing with the constitution, we're going to make sure that economy, education, our sovereignty, which is the main, the key of what we are doing, because we have to be able, as Cameroonians, to decide on what we want to do, what is good for us and what is bad. Choose our partners and so on. So from that time, I think we'll be able to set up a program that will be based on establishing, you know, a common identity for all Cameroonians, because the problem we have is the problem of identity. We still talk today, you hear about Anglophone, Francophone, you hear about the Bamileke people and so on. No, we need to have a Cameroon with single identity. Thank you.
Identity. Then work the unity of the country so that we can succeed to perform all this which we have said, bringing in, you know, a single educational system. Yes. Our economy, we intend to put in place mechanisms that will help to provide jobs for young Cameroonians, not the government, but, you know, they will have the opportunity to create themselves opportunities to become, you know, owners of business and so on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Priso. Our time is no longer on our side. Our producer just gave us 2 minutes, and I think we have succeeded to use even more than 2 minutes. Thank you for those of you who joined us. The debate will be on. A rebroadcast of this program will be from 10:30 p.m. That will be tomorrow, Monday, when it will be 10:30 p.m. here on DBS Television, and equally live on our Facebook page, DBS TV Official. That is how we saw it in this edition. We'll be back again, hopefully, next Sunday for another edition before we give way for campaigning itself on our media platform. Thank you to all the technicians who were here in the studios, to all the technicians who were out there on their behalf. We want to say good afternoon and thank you for being there. See you in another program. Goodbye.